So welcome. I'm Venice D, the 2021 chapter PRO and past president of REBAP Mandaluyong 2018-2019. So to formally start our webinar, I'd like to call our 2021 chapter president, President Celine Lim.
Thank you, Ms. Venice. Good morning, fellow real estate brokers, guests, partners in the real estate industry, and some friends. Dami kong nakita friends dito. And ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of REBAP Mandaluyong chapter, we would like to welcome you in our webinar today. We will be talking about small claim acts. Warren Buffett said he has two rules. Rule number one, never lose money. And rule number two, never forget rule number one. So on behalf again of REBAP Mandaluyong chapter, we welcome you to this webinar, where in Mandaluyong chapter, real estate, real people.
Thank you, President. So before we start with the formal talk of Judge Rock, so meron tayong bonus for today. We will, Cebuana Lhullier, if you were not aware, they're also a rural bank. So they're offering loans, real estate loans. So I'd like to call Cebuana Lhullier, Sir Val, to present the real estate loans of Cebuana Lhullier. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, ma'am, for bringing Cebuana on this webinar. I'm sorry, mobile po kasi ako ngayon kasi galing lang, on the way pa lang po kami sa Manila. Bali, may client call kasi kami sa Pangasinan. So sorry po, wala akong video kasi medyo limited po yung signal ng connection ko. So papakilala ko lang po sa inyo ang Cebuana Rural Bank. For those ma'am, hindi kayo familiar with Cebuana Bank. So ang thinking po natin palagi pag sinabing Cebuana is pawn shop. Bali, ang bangko po namin is nag-exist po 1998. Pero sinaserve niya lang po kasi yung mga business partners po ng JP Lhullier. So ang Cebuana Bank po is marami po siyang products and services na ino-offer such as micro, medium, SME loans, and meron din po siyang real estate loans. Meron din po tayong mga product na dinevelop para po din sa connectivity ng ating mga clients na unbank po. Ito po yung mga maliliit na kliyente na hindi pa po nakakapag-bangko technically. So ito po yung sinaserve ng micro savings program ng Cebuana. Pagdating po dun sa mga products and services na ino-offer namin, meron po tayong micro savings, Cebuana savings, at regular savings and checking account. And meron din po tayong mga time deposits. And meron na rin po tayong digital banking. Meron na rin po kaming ino-offer na ATM para po dun sa mga clients na pwede kayong magbayad ng inyong bills through the ATM po ng Cebuana. Okay. Ang aming loan program po ay meron po kaming business loan which includes po yung microfinance, SME credit line, SME term loan, housing loan, acquisition po, pwede po kayong bumili ng property at construction, renovation, and home to cash. Meron din po tayong jewelry yung sa mga... Hello?
Okay. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Meron din po tayong jewelry loan. Yung mga... Sa inyo po siguro marami po kayong alahas. Pwede rin yung pong i-loan yung gamitin yung inyong alahas para collateral po para sa loan po. Ang Cebuana po is meron po siyang 5 branches. Meron po siyang Jupiter branch, Bacoor branch, Calatagan, Imus, and Nasugbu po. Pero ang Cebuana po is, sabi nga natin, meron po siyang 2,500 micro banking office. Ito po yung nagsaserve dun sa mga unbanked clients ng bangko. Yung mga hindi pa po nakakaranas na magbangko po. So dito po sila tinatanggap yung maliliit na savings po. Okay. Yung sa amin naman po, dun sa accreditation ng mga brokers po, bali nag-accredit po ang Cebuana ng mga brokers and agents para po makapag-loan or para po makapag-refer sila ng loan sa bangko po. Okay. Ang proposal po namin dito, yung program po kasi ng bangko is different po dun sa mga, may 2 types po kasi kami ng loan. Meron pong direct loan and yung mga meron pong referral system. Kung meron po kayong realty, pwede po kayo magpa-accredit sa amin para po mabigyan namin kayo ng mas maliit na interest rate para po dun sa mga client nyo. At na-extend din po namin yung term ng clients into 20 years po. So kung meron po kayong clients na gusto mag-loan at gusto nyo pong mas maliit yung interest rate na babayaran nila, as low as 6.5 po, pag accredited po yung developer, pwede po natin mabigyan. Tapos as referral po, kung kayo po ay accredited broker naman po, we give po as initial po 1% commission for the release loan amount. Meron din po tayong payment channels na ino-offer. Meron po tayong 2,500 branches na pwede po tayo magbayad. And meron din pong online facilities and bills payment facility po. Nagpa-process po yan ng payment. Okay. Yung pag-process po ng accreditation ng mga brokers po is within 9 days po. So simple lang naman po yung mga requirements na hinihingi ng bangko para po dun sa accreditation ng mga brokers and agents po. So I'm sure po lahat naman po kayo is meron na po ng IDs from from the brokers po, PRC license po. Okay. Approval stage po requirements po natin is yung application form na ibibigay po namin sa inyo once na interested po kayo maging broker, 2 valid ID and a marriage contract po. Ang mga clients naman po natin, kung halimbawa po maglo-loan naman po yung client nyo, meron po tayong mga documents na kailangan na i-present po. Ang kailangan lang po natin, if employed po yung kliyente natin, 3 months payslip and latest ITR and certificate of employment indicating po yung salary, positions, and length of employment. And for halimbawa po, meron naman pong mga clients na engage in business, kailangan lang po natin ng 2 years financial statements with ITR. Business permits like DTI, mayor's permit, barangay business permit, or SEC registration. 3 months latest bank statements and list of suppliers and customers. Okay. Tumatanggap din po ang Cebuana ng mga kliyente po abroad. So, same lang din po yung documents na hiningi dun sa mga katulad po ng locally employed. Ang pinakadadagdag lang po natin dito is yung proof of remittance, latest crew contract if sea-based po. Yung mga seaman po, tinatanggap din po natin mag-loan sa bangko. And yung certificate of employment and last 3 months payslip po. Okay. Pagdating naman po dun sa collateral, ang kailangan lang po natin na ibigay po dun sa bangko is yung CTC or TCT po, copy of contract to sell. Okay. Sa booking stage naman po, payment of, kailangan po nila magbayad po ng bank charges po. Signed deed of sale, undertaking, and letter of guarantee, updated statement of account, and secretary certificate of signatories and valid ID po. Kung developer naman po yung ating i-accredit, so kailangan lang po nila magpasa ng SEC registration, articles of incorporation, corporate profile, and key honors, list of complete projects and future projects, last 3 years ITR, financial statement, and copy of standard contract po. Meron din po tayong ina-accredit ng mga condominium units. So ang kailangan po natin doon, yung price list po, inventory of all units and indicating floor area, floor plan for condominium, contact persons, and number po. So sa house and lot naman po, pwede rin po yun. Subdivision plan, list of model houses, floor plan, and for each model house po. Contact person and contact number po. Okay. Meron po ba kayong questions, ma'am? Napabilis po yata yung introduction ko with Cebuana. Pasensya na po kasi mobile ako. Hello?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Apa.
So may questions ba? I think wala namang pang questions sa chat. Pero ako siguro, sir, pag ba nag-loan, how many ang lead time?
Okay. Apa. 2 to 3 weeks po ang processing time with Cebuana po. Depende rin po yon kung sa completeness ng documents na pinapresent po ng kliyente. And if yung mga contact persons po is mabe-verify po kagad. We assure naman po na we can process yung application ng mga kliyente na mabilis po.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. So ayan, a special shout out kay Mr. Jack. Jack Wong is a developer. So ayan, sir, yung mga projects niyo pwede niyo i-accredit sa Cebuana para you can get a good rate and nice higher appraisal value ba, Sir Val? Pag
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Bali yung ang normal po kasi na process namin is 70 to 80% lang po yung property valuation. Pero since kung yung developer po is accredited, so we can give as high as 90% ng property valuation po.
Oh, okay. So good news for developers and ayan sa mga fellow real estate brokers. Ayan. So we will post the contact number of Sir Vladimir from Cebuana for you to contact him if you need. Okay, thank you, sir, so much. So we'd like to call our Vice President for External Affairs. So for our main event, eto na ang pinakaiintay ng lahat kasi mahirap mangolekta talaga ngayon sa panahon ngayon. So I'd like to call our Vice President for External Affairs, CRB Jake Siambio, to introduce our speaker for today. Sir Jake. Sir Jake, please unmute yourself.
Saan ba ako?
Ayan. Go ahead, sir.
Nawawala yung notes ko. Saan ba yun? Dennis, ikaw na lang muna kasi hindi ko nakita yung notes ko. Sorry.
Okay. Sige, okay. Sige, sir.
Hindi ko na ano.
Okay. So to formally introduce our special guest speaker for today. So as you would know, it's difficult to really collect these days. So I think this is very timely to invite our special guest. Our special guest for today is Judge Mary Roslyn Lim-Guillanes, popularly known as Judge Rocks. So she finished her Juris Doctor Masters of Business Admin, Valediction 2011 from FEU and De La Salle University. So she had participated as a mooter and a debater in the Philip Jessup International Law Moot Court competition. So, and their team won as the best national memorial and the Hardy C. Dillard Award for Best Memorial International of Jessup competition. She then served as a coach to the Philippine delegates to the Foreign Direct Investment International Arbitration Moot 2013, with her team, of course, winning the Best Respondent Memorial Global Rounds. She also served as judge and arbitrator in the Asia Pacific regional rounds of the Foreign Direct Investment International Arbitration Moot and as a deputy administrator and judge in the Divina Law Philip C. Jessup International Moot Court competition since 2015. Judge Rocks is currently the presiding judge of MTCC, Bacoor City, Branch 2. She was previously based in Singapore, working as a foreign legal advisor at Kelvin Chia Partnership. And then she worked at the City Legal Office of Mandaluyong City, and of course in the Supreme Court of the Philippines as a senior court attorney in the Office of Chief Justice. So without further ado, we'd like to welcome our guest speaker, Judge Mary Roslyn Lim-Guillanes, Judge Rocks.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon po, everyone. Good morning pala, as they say in the real estate world. I'll be sharing my screen in a few. Okay. All right. I'll be sharing with you the principles of Small Claims Act. I understand that I'm a real estate broker myself and a real estate appraiser, but I no longer practice it because we are forbidden to do so. I will be speaking in English and in the vernacular every now and then. And if you have any questions, you may jot them down. This is a very academic approach to the law because the law is always taught that way. And as I mentioned, just write down your questions so that I can cover as much topic as we can this afternoon. All right. Let me begin by saying that as brokers and as real estate professionals, we have several kinds of receivables. Okay, wait. So those receivables may come in the form of commissions, amortizations, if we have a client that demands from us that we collect the amortizations from our clients. We also have association dues and utilities payment in case we are brokers for rents. We also have rental and other sums of money and interest in case these sums are not paid. So how do we weaponize the law, or how do we use it to our advantage so we can collect? Sometimes, di ba, ang hirap mangolekta talaga, lalo na ngayong pandemic. Sometimes nadadaan sa pakiusap, sa text or sa email, pero nowadays there are some talaga where you need that to use this one. The Small Claims Act is a law, is a procedure that would apply to all persons from all walks of life. So you don't need to be a lawyer to do this. Actually, lawyers are forbidden in court. Ayun. Okay. Malinaw ba po yung audio ko?
Yes, Judge.
Clear,
Go ahead.
clear.
Clear? All right. Okay. Okay. Let me now proceed with the next slide. Okay. This is the Small Claims Act. The whole law is already incorporated in my presentation. I can give you a copy. But for reference, you can find it in the Supreme Court website, the Revised Rules of Procedure for Small Claims Cases. Ano ba tong law na ito? This is a law that procedure na to. This is a procedure that allows, as I said, all persons, including real estate professionals, including any Juan, any Jane, to file a case. No? ang unique nito and why we love this procedure is it's speedy, mabilis siya. Isa lang yung hearing niya, tapos na. Hindi siya maraming hearing. Isang hearing lang, tapos na. You either win or you lose. And it's inexpensive. Kahit po ang claim nyo is worth 400,000 pesos, ang babayaran nyo lang is more or less 2,000 pesos. So it's a very inexpensive procedure. Okay? So those are the objectives why this procedure was crafted. Para mabilis, para inexpensive. Because this applies even to the simple high school graduate, elementary graduate, college graduate, or professional, or someone who works, someone who does not work. Para po ito sa lahat. Kaya gusto ng batas na mabilis at inexpensive. Alright. But just the same, when you come to court, it's important also. That's why I'm here, is to give you a sense of the terms that will be used when you undergo a proceeding like this. Do not be intimidated. The terms are really just the formal legal term, pero marami siyang counterpart in real life. Okay, let's start with the definition of terms. Plaintiff. Sino si plaintiff? Si plaintiff, in short, is the complainant. Siya yung nagre-reklamo. Siya yung pinagkautangan. So, when you go to court, you will be called not Mrs. Lim. You will be called complaintiff. You are the ones who complain. Defendant is someone na siya yung may utang na hindi nakapagbayad. So, the person will be called defendant. So, in court proceedings, although this is not a formal proceeding, you will be called plaintiff and defendant. Next important term that you should know is what is a motion. A motion is essentially a parang a demand letter or a demand or request from a court. For example, you want the court to postpone the proceedings kasi may sakit or yan. You don't write a letter, you write a motion. Merong forms na plakado na, and I will show you that one in a while. What is an affidavit? I'm sure this was learned also during our studies in real estate. Affidavit is a written statement or declaration of facts. In Tagalog, para lang tong kwento. Para itong kwento. Kaya lang siya tinatawag na affidavit is because this is notarized. So it means it is a public document. Alright? So, having known those four important terms, plaintiff, defendant, motion, and affidavit, we now proceed to the matters that are covered. Paano mo ba malalaman kung, di ba, nag-umpisa tayo sa tanong na para saan ang small claims procedure. Ito naman, scope is paano mo malalaman kung pwede ka nga mag-file ng kaso ng small claims. Remember na hindi lahat ng kaso pasok sa small claims. Una sa lahat is it has to be small. Okay? So anong coverage niya? Nung unang panahon, basta ang claim mo is 200,000 pababa, you can file a small claims case. Now, in 2019 onwards, the claim is now 400,000 pesos. Basta merong may utang sa'yo na 400,000 pesos pababa, you can file a small claims case in Metro Manila, and in all other places, 300,000 pesos pababa. So for example, here in Bacoor City, ang threshold namin is 300,000 pesos. And in Metro Manila, any city of Metro Manila, it's 400,000 pesos and below. Okay. So when I say those amounts, I'm not saying na that amount does not cover bouncing checks or estafa. It does not cover criminal cases. It only covers civil cases. So kailangan civil talaga. Hindi mo gusto makulong yung tao. Gusto mo lang makakolekta. So it means that small claims cases only cover civil cases. At the end of the day, gusto mo lang makuha yung pera mo. Kaya siya mabilis kasi yun lang naman ang gusto mo talaga, mabayaran. So it's solely for the payment of a sum of money. Okay. And aside from the amount, it is specialized kung ano ba yung covered. And for real estate professionals, most of these contracts na gagawa natin, nakakasalamuhan natin, are contracts of lease, contracts of loan, contracts of services, contracts of sale, or contracts of mortgage. Let me make it more tangible. For example, you are the broker of the sale between A and B. So meron kang contract of service. Let's say you are the broker of A selling the property to B. Nabenta na yung property, na-transfer na yung title, pero hindi ka pa rin nababayaran ng commission. Ang lungkot, di ba? Hindi ka na rin pinapansin ni A. So what do? You can file a small claims case and show to the court, meron kaming contract of service in yung brokerage agreement namin at hindi ako nabayaran ng 5,000 pesos as commission. And the court will grant it. Basta meron kang proof na meron nga kayong brokerage agreement and proof na hindi pa nabayaran. Okay, how about contract of lease? Let's say you are the agent. You are an agent for rent. And then between A and B, you are the agent of A leasing a property to B. Sabi ni A, Mr. Broker, ikaw na bahala mag-kolekta ng renta. Okay? Ito si B, hindi na nagbabayad ng upa or kahit a portion of it. So you can also file a Small Claims Act saying na, may contract of lease, hindi siya nagbabayad. Ito po yung contract of lease. How about a contract of sale? Of course, contract of sale. Maning-mani na yan sa mga real estate professionals. There's a contract of sale between A and B, and you as the seller, agent of the seller, sabi ni seller, ikaw na bahala mag-kolekta ng amortizations, kunwari installment payment. Hindi nagbabayad si B. You can also show to the court the contract of sale. Ganun lang kasimple, and you will be able to collect. I guarantee you, it's just a one-day hearing, and I will show you that later. Aside from that, kung yung contract nyo may liquidated damages, for example, this is a specific wording in the contract na in case of breach, you will pay 10,000 pesos as daños perjuicio, liquidated damages. Kasama din yun sa pwede nyo isama sa small claims case. Okay. Just to make it sweet and simple, what are small claims cases? These are small, meaning 400,000 pababa, and purely civil in nature, no criminal in nature, asking that you be paid the sum of money. The courts that handle small claims cases are first-level courts, like my court, Municipal Trial Court in cities, or Metropolitan Trial Courts in Metro Manila, sa small first-level courts. What are considered as small claims actions? For purposes of real estate professionals, that would include contracts of sale, contracts of lease, and contracts of services, like brokerage agreements. Okay, what about if you wala kayong kontrata, hindi kayo habang-pirmahan ng kontrata, pero may cheque. Pwede ka pa rin mag-enforce kung tumalbog yung cheque, so long as there is some sort of evidence that you entered into a contract of lease, contract of loan, contract of service, contract of sale, or contract of mortgage. All of those. Pwede ka rin mangolekta based on a check. For example, binigyan ka ng post-dated check as payment of your commission. Nag-bounce yung cheque, tapos hindi mo na makontak yung nag-issue ng cheque. You can also file a small claims case. Alright? So, nandun na tayo sa third part. So, una is, what is the small claims all about? Then, 2, kung ano yung coverage niya. Paano papasok sa small claims. Pangatlo, punta na tayo sa procedure. Let's go to a deep dive on the procedure of the Small Claims Act. I'm sorry if I talk fast, Just tell me if magulo. Ma'am Venice or Mommy, can you tell me if I'm very fast? Okay. The small claims action is not prepared by a lawyer. Para lang siyang may form. Meron siyang form. Ang tawag namin dito ay statement of claims. You just you fill out the form like any application form, and then just pass it to the court. To make it clear, okay, this is an example. Pwede ba ito ma-zoom? Okay. Yan ang small claims form. Diba? You just fill out just fill it out. Okay. Write your name, your sex, your age, civil status, whether you are an individual or you're representing a corporation or a partnership. 4 pages lang to eh. Then, kung ano nature ng business mo, others, real estate. Address, place of work, name of the representative. Okay. Isa-sign ko yung form kasi sobrang dali lang naman. Address, name ng defendant, sex, age, civil status, the home address, place of work. Okay. Alright. Okay, the defendant's address, the place of work. So you could see it's really a simple checklist form. That's why any person could file this case. Okay. Ito. So, nagtatanong siya, how did you ask the defendant? Were you able to demand the payment of the debt in person, in writing, by phone, or others? Kailan mo ginawa? Anong proof na may utang? So, yan yung contract of loan, contract of service, or contract of sale. Did you attach? Yes, you should attach. Nag-refer, nag-baranggayan ba kayo? Then, for last page is just state that how much do you need to collect and sign the form. That's it. That's simple. Then you file it to the Office of the Clerk of Court sa MTCC, sa court, file it to court, and you're done. Okay? Okay. Let me go back to the procedure again. So step 1 is to file that, what we call SOC, Statement of Claims. Mhm. Okay, that's a statement of claims. But of course, the form is not enough. It's enough to start the ball rolling, but hindi ka naman pwede mag-file ng kahit anong application nang walang attachment. So what does the law require for an attachment? It requires 2 things. First, the actionable document, and second, the affidavit. Start tayo sa actionable documents. Actionable documents in plain English language is just the contract of the sale, the contract of the lease, the receipts that you have, all of those documents showing that there is a debt between the two parties, between the plaintiff and the defendant. So, for example, dun sa brokerage agreement kanina between A and B, and you, Mr. Lim, for example, being the broker, i-attach lang niya yung brokerage service. And then, proof na nag-demand, let's say, nag-demand siya in writing, tapos hindi pinansin, demand letter. Yun lang. And then, yun yung actionable document. Aside from that, you attach an affidavit. What is an affidavit? As we explained earlier in the definition of terms, it's a story that is notarized before a notary public stating what happened. So si Mr. Lim, susulat siya ngayon ng salaysay. It can be in English or it can be in Tagalog. So sabihin na niya, I had a brokerage service with A who sold the property to B, where we agreed that I will receive a commission of 5,000 pesos. And despite the completion of the sale, it did not happen. Right? That's it. Then subscribed to and sworn to before notary public. And then kung may witness si Mr. Lim, for example, the buyer itself, si B, witness siya na hindi nabayaran, or yung assistant ni Mr. Lim, witness siya na wala sila nakakollect ng pera. We can also include the affidavit of that person as the affidavit to support everything that is written in this, to support your application in the statement of claims. Okay. There's what makes the small claim special is that so long as you attach the documents, completely attach them, and the affidavits, hindi na kailangan, unlike in an ordinary hearing, no, na kailangan pang magtestigo yung mga witnesses sa affidavits nila, meron pang court, may lawyer, may cross-examination, may direct testimony. Wala na nun. Attach mo lang affidavit, attach mo lang yung documents, and you're done. Alright? So, see, it's very simple. Next, just a very important note. If you are engaged in lending, banking, for example, yung Cebuana, kanina, they must declare so. Katulad sa small claims form, sa statement of claims form. It's important to declare that because it will affect where to file the case and how much filing fees you will pay. Okay. All documents that you attach in the statement of claim should be in the original. Okay. If that's not possible, for example, brokerage service, ang nasa iyo lang yung photocopy, you can just certify it that it is the true copy that you have. Just sign it and that is enough. That's okay. It's also, pag public or official documents, enough na that you attach the original. Okay. If you do all of those, hindi madidismiss yung claim nyo. But if you do not have any supporting documents attached to your statement of claims, it says here, the court may dismiss the case outright. So I implore you to make sure that you make all the attachments. Of course, the court may also dismiss the case kaagad-agad. Pag file mo pa lang, dismiss na agad. Kasi in the first place, wala naman palang, for example, wala naman palang utang, bayad na pala. May resibo kang na-attach saying na fully paid na. Mahirap yun. You only file a case if it's true that there is an existing debt. Otherwise, if your attachments are complete and if your statement of claim is completely filled out, there should be no problem. All right. Okay. So by way of recap, what is the procedure for small claims cases? Simple. Just file a statement of claims and attach the corresponding actionable documents and the affidavits of the witnesses. Okay. Can a party be allowed to present additional evidence during the hearing? No. Just attach everything already para complete na. Okay. So that's part one. What to file. Second is where to file. You file it, again, as I said, in the first level court. And if there you have three choices. Pwedeng kung saan ka nakatira as the complainant, kung saan nakatira yung hinahabla mo or the defendant, the person being sued, where the person is. Or if you are engaged in the business of banking, lending, or similar activities, where the branch concerned is. So for example, you are XYZ Bank, your main office is in Makati City, but the branch where all the transaction transpired is, let's say, in Cavite. So that you file in Cavite, not in Makati City. Okay? So those are the three choices. The two choices are where you reside or where the defendant resides. Those are the two choices. And then, if you are in the banking, you only have one choice. Banking, lending, or other similar activities, you have one choice. If that is where the branch is, where the defendant resides. Okay, so why is the plaintiff required to state if he or she is in the business of lending, banking, and similar activities? The reason is because it determines the venue. Okay, just to be clear, how are you considered that you are in a gauge of covered lang ba nito yung lending companies? No, it just covers lending, banking, and similar activities. Similar activities would include real estate professionals, meaning those who are regularly engaged on a regular basis with executing contracts of lease, contracts of loan, contracts of services, contracts of sale, or contracts of mortgage. So let's say you are a real estate company, ABC Brokerage Services, and you regularly have contracts of lease drafted, contracts of loan, contracts of services made out. You are considered as part of this provision. So might as well declare that you are engaged in the similar activity as lending and banking. Okay, just as an aside, you can join, kunwari, si person B, a person A who owes Mr. Lim, the broker, many commissions. Let's say, meron siyang 20 checks for 1,000 pesos each. Does it mean nagpo-file siya ng 20 statement of claims? No. Ang hirap nun. You can just make one statement of claim and include all the checks that bounce, include all the indebitures, kahit iba't ibang period na siya na utang, so long as it does not exceed the threshold of 400,000 in Metro Manila and in 300,000 pesos in all other places. Okay. So again, let's as an attachment, I would just like to overemphasize the affidavits. The affidavits, I always advocate this, no? Advocate should be, all right. Okay. As for affidavits, As for the affidavits, I would just like to emphasize that the affidavits must only contain facts which are true. Do not lie because it is a notarized document. Make sure you double check that wala kayong false statements stated therein. And also, it has to be your own knowledge. Hindi pwedeng nachismisan ka lang or second-hand or relayed information. Just to make it concrete for all of you. The assistant of Mr. Lim also executed an affidavit to support the claim that Mr. Lim did not receive a commission. So what did the assistant state in the affidavit? Sabi niya, sabi sa akin ni buyer, hindi daw natanggap ni Mr. Lim yung commission niya. Yun pa lang mali niya kasi hindi siya direct personal knowledge ni assistant. Yung pagkakasulat niya, sinabi sa kanya ng another person, si buyer, na hindi nabayaran si Mr. Lim. So wala siyang personal knowledge. Kailangan alam niya mismo. The assistant could say on May 10, 2020, we went to the office and nagbigay kami ng demand letter pero hindi pa rin binayad. I was the companion of Mr. Lim at that time. Yun, meron siyang direct personal knowledge kasi siya talaga yung kasama ni Mr. Lim na nagbigay ng demand letter and nakita niya talaga na hindi nabayaran si Mr. Lim on that day. That is direct personal knowledge. So, yun lang ilalagay nyo. Everything else that is the second-hand information or relayed information, please do not include it in the affidavit. Include only the matters that are true and directly known by your witnesses. Okay. Just to also add to the requirement of affidavit, some judges, some of my friends who are judges, they dismiss cases na wala affidavits. Off the record, ako, it depends, no? If the actionable documents are complete, may contract of lease, let's say, and then may mga resibo, tapos makikita mo talaga based on a mathematical computation na, ay, may utang enough na yon. Pero it's better to be safe and to add affidavits. Anyway, it's just a 1 to 2 page sworn statement would do, so long as it is complete. Okay, so the procedure is you make a statement of claim and you fill out the statement of claim form and you attach the actionable document and the witnesses. Then you go to court where you reside or where the defendant resides. And then, ang next step, magbayad. Okay. So, in the payment of filing fees, the Small Claims Act, unlike the ordinary procedure, mas mura mag-file ng small claims cases. 2,000 pesos nga lang kung 400,000 yung claim mo. And yun nga lang, kapag you are in the business like us, real estate professionals, medyo mas mahal lang. May added fee of 500 pesos or 600 pesos. So there. Okay, I'm just going to show you an example. This is the legal fees in Bacoor, and this is how much we collect for a 50,000 peso case. It's more or less 1,900 pesos. Okay. For example, I hope none of this will happen to any of you. But if because of the pandemic, you're already an indigent, meaning wala ka ng property, wala ka ng trabaho. Tapos ayaw mo magbayad ng 2,000 pesos kasi you can no longer afford. Tapos hindi ka na maka-afford kasi hindi ka na nababayaran ng commission. What you do is you ask the executive judge na i-waive yung payment ng filing fees. That is also possible. You just have to show proof that you are an indigent. Okay? So, na-file mo na yung statement of claims. You also paid for the filing fees. What happens? Within the day itself, the judge will issue summons, assuming that you attach everything. The judge will issue summons. It's in Tagalog, pagtawag, no? To the defendant saying that, on this date, you have to file a response. Kailangan mo tumugon sa statement of claims. And also on the same date, the judge will issue a notice of hearing. The notice of hearing will show that when is the date of the hearing. That hearing is one time only, on one date only. And just the summons and notice of hearing, as Section 12 reads, it's forthwith issue on the day of the receipt of the statement of claims. Ibig sabihin, same day. Okay, so ito yung first speedy feature ng batas. Kailangan on the same day, may summons and may notice of hearing. Para mabilis nga yung pagkas kunwari kinokolekta mo 5,000 pesos lang na commission. Papatagalin pa ba natin yan? Siyempre hindi. So, agad-agad mag-i-issue ng summons and notice of hearing si judge. So, okay. This is how a summons looks like. Yan. You are hereby required to file a response within 10 days. And you have to appear at the hearing of this case. Yun lang yung sinasabi ng summons. And then, there's a notice of hearing. Okay. Your case is set for hearing on there. You must attend the hearing. That's it. Very simple, clear language of the law. Okay. Now, let's go back to summons. So, nakapag-file ka na, meron ng summons and notice of hearing. Okay. What is the next step? The next step is the defendant should file a tugon or response. The response must be filed within 10 days. Hindi siya pwedeng i-extend. And it's also the same as a statement of claims na form lang siya na fini-fill out, pero kailangan may attached na documents as well as affidavits. So the sample of our response is this. Okay. Ayan, sagot. Defendant, pwede niya i-deny na may utang siya because the defendant does not owe the plaintiff any money, or kung meron man, only a portion. And if merong portion, magkano? Pwede rin sabihin na defendant na, excuse me, si plaintiff nga yung may utang sa akin eh. So dito niya sasabihin yon. And if may utang si plaintiff, not the defendant, sasabihin niya kung nasingil ba siya or hindi. There. That's it. Mabilis lang yung response. But again, if the defendant would just file the response without any attachment, walang bearing yun. Kailangan meron din siyang proof, kunwari, resibo or certification of full payment. Or text message na, fully paid ka na. All of those could be considered as evidence. And of course, the affidavits of the witnesses. Kahit siya mismo as witness, sabi niya, bayad na ako nung ganitong araw, nagbayad ako ng 5,000 pesos, kaya wala na ako pagkakautang. Alright? Okay. So that's the next step. After the filing of the claim, statement of claim, payment of filing fees, and then response, ang susunod na mangyayari ay recess. No, I'm kidding. Okay, ano mangyayari kung yung may utang sa'yo? Let's say, si Mr. Lim nag-file na siya na small claims case KA. Hindi naman niya pinansin. Sabi niya, hindi ko papansinin yan. What is the effect of failure to file the response within 10 days? The court shall render judgment on the day as may be warranted by the facts alleged in the statement of case. On the day of the hearing, maglalabas na kagad si judge ng hearing. On the day. Kaya maraming pressure sa aming judges na kapag hindi nag-file defendant, kailangan on the day itself, malabas mo na yung decision whether magkano ba talaga yung utang at paano babayaran. Okay? Okay, at this point, I'm sure information overload. Ms. Venice, can you have a 1-minute recess?
Yes, go ahead, Judge.
Okay, sige. So far, you can review the slides later, but you can write down the questions. But so far, we will end at the filing of the response. My next topic will be what happens during the hearing. All right.
We will have a
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. There you go. Okay. Okay, what happens during the hearing? At the hearing, may script na kami niyan as judges, no? ang ginagawa po talaga namin is to exert efforts to bring the parties to an amicable settlement. Like for me, I would say, plaintiff, willing ka bang makipag-settle? The plaintiff would usually answer yes, basta lang makakolekta. And then I would ask the defendant, oh, defendant, are you open-minded at makapag-settle kaysa mag-hearing pa tayo? Sabi niya, yes. If both parties are allowed, are open to settlement, we will talk about it. For example, the claim, let's say for the commission is 10,000 pesos. The plaintiff would say, okay, mag-down ka muna ng 5,000, tas yung the rest of the 5,000, you can pay it in 5 months. And the defendant says yes. Right then and there, we will issue an order. Okay, the parties agreed as follows. That's it. Then the parties would just communicate with one another. By the strength of the order, they will comply with the terms and conditions of the order. Okay. And if sometimes it also happens that you can also settle amongst yourself even before the day of the hearing. The hearing happens 30 days kasi after the issuance of the summons. And if nakapag-agree na kayo sa isa't isa, okay na rin. Judge, nag-agree na kami, ito po yung aming compromise agreement. There's a form for that para hindi na kailangan mag-hire ng lawyer. Okay. That's it. Just fill out the form, signed by both parties, and you're done. All right? Okay. That's what happens during the first hearing. There would be the only hearing. That's the first order of business. The judge should ask you if you're open for settlement. And if not, the judge will talk to the plaintiff, then to the defendant. And then, since they do not agree, the judge will just issue, considering that after the appearance of both parties and after consultation, none of them agreed to settle, this case is now deemed submitted for resolution. And on the same day, within 24 hours, the judge will issue a decision stating which of the parties would win the case, or who between the parties would win the case. It is imperative that at the beginning of the court, the judge shall read aloud. Okay, just a short note, who should appear? The party should personally appear. Do not appear by representative, because if the judge asks you about matters, syempre, only you would be the best person to answer that question. However, if it's really difficult, for example, you are in a hospital or you have a very pressing concern, you can appear by representative. However, the representative must not be a lawyer. Very clear, must not be a lawyer. Or, and that person must actually be, kailangan niya kamag-anak mo pa. Some judges would even ask proof of your kinship. Okay? So, you must be related or next of kin to the individual party. Kapag corporation naman ang representative, of course, anyone can represent a corporation except lawyers. Lawyers are strictly not allowed in my courtroom during small claims cases. Ayun. When you are appearing by a representative, you can the representative must show an SPE, special power of attorney. There is also a form, which I can show you later, but it's a generic special power of attorney. See? Okay. Section 19 is very clear. May special section pa. Lawyers are not allowed. No attorney shall appear unless the party itself is the attorney. Okay. What happens if you do not appear? Wala ka ring representative, or the representative is not related to you, or walang SPA. Sad to say, kapag plaintiff ka, madidismiss ka agad yung kaso mo. Kahit na sobrang kompleto ka ng documents, madidismiss yung kaso mo agad-agad. So I've dismissed cases because of that. Pag defendant naman ang absent, it's the same, kahit nag-file ka ng response, it is as if hindi ka nag-file ng response. So, the plaintiff will win the case and may be able to win the case just because the defendant was not there to address or to respond to the claims of the plaintiff. So, simply told, both parties should appear. Okay, what is the effect? non-appearance of the parties. If the plaintiff is absent, the case will be dismissed. If the defendant is absent, the plaintiff will win because might win depending on the evidence attached to it. Okay. As I said, the hearing is only once. One hearing lang. Wala nang iba. On the same day, kung hindi kayo nag-agree, sasabihin na lang ng judge, it's submitted for decision. However, there's this one special reason for the hearing not to proceed, and that is the physical inability of the party to appear before the court. And you can only do this once. And you have to show proof. So, physical inability, ibig sabihin hindi talaga kaya na physically nandoon ka. Okay? Is the postponement of the hearing allowed? Again, the answer is no, except for physical inability. And you can only do that once. Okay. After the hearing, see, right after the hearing, the court shall render its decision based on the facts established by the evidence within 24 hours from the termination of that hearing. So after ng isang hearing na yun, kailangan within 24 hours si judge maglabas ng decision. And it's immediately executory, it is final and unappealable. So kung talo ka, ganun talaga. Kung panalo ka, panalo ka. And it can already be executed. You can ask the sheriff to execute. Okay, pwede ba sabihin yung judge na after 24 hours? Hindi. It has to be within 24 hours. Pwede ba mag-apila? Di ba pag nag-appeal ka sa kaso, ay hindi pa final yung case. So may appeal pa kahit hindi pa ka magbayad. That's not true. The case is not appealable. Hindi mo na siya pwedeng akyat sa regional trial court. Hindi mo na siya pwedeng akyat sa Court of Appeals. Hindi na pwede sa Supreme Court. Talagang hindi siya pwedeng, tapos ng first level court, that's it, you're done. So see, that's why it's speedy and inexpensive. There's only one very special and rare form of appeal. Under the law, we call it petition for certiorari under Rule 65. I will not dwell on this, but be rest assured that this is very rare. When you say Rule 65, you're saying that the judge is entirely wrong, like hindi nagbasa si judge at all, or hindi pinansin ni judge yung mga attachments. That's the only reason na magpa-file ka ng certiorari. Otherwise, if you win, you win, and if you lose, you lose. Okay, after the judgment, you would execute, di ba, within the same day. Bumalik ka sa court after 24 hours. Let's say Tuesday. The 24 hours would be Tuesday at 9 a.m. yung hearing, natapos yung hearing ng 10 a.m. Babalik ka within 24 after 24 hours. So bumalik ka ng Thursday or Wednesday ng 11 a.m. Judge, okay, natanggap na namin pareho yung decision and obviously, I win. So, ang susunod mong gagawin is to file a motion for execution. Again, you don't need a lawyer. You just have to fill out a form. And this is the itsura of the form. Okay. I will zoom it in. It's a checklist also. On this date, a judgment was rendered and then signed. That's it. Tapos, okay, I'll go back. That's it. After that, the sheriff would know what to do. Sheriff will go to the defendant and ask, oh, you lost this case and you must pay. You give the court, let's say, 5,000 pesos, and in turn, the court will give the 5,000 pesos to the plaintiff. Or, right then and there, pwedeng sabihin ng sheriff, o mag-conference tayo, o may utang ka, bayaran mo na. And since sheriff siya, meron siyang power of execution. So, yung sheriff na mismo is considered an officer of the court who can demand the performance of the order or of the decision of the court. Okay, just the last few matters. The rules on mediation means that even if the parties, even after the hearing, even before the hearing, you can actually settle amongst yourselves and tell the judge nag-settle na kami. So we don't need to go to execution or decision. Please lang, sabihan nyo agad yung judge para hindi naman siya ma-pressure doon sa 24 hours. And then, unlike ordinary cases, there are prohibited pleadings na pampatagal, yung mga motion to dismiss, motion for extension, bawal na yung mga yan. Yung sinabi ko lang na statement of claims, response, yun lang ang dalawang pleadings na pwede. And in a very rare case, motion for postponement. Pero the rest, bawal yan. Kasi gusto nga ng batas, ng procedure na mabilis. Okay. The law itself states that if you do not know what to do, you can go to the clerk of court or other court personnel and ask for assistance. So in this case, all my staff are trained to answer the questions for small claims cases, and we will direct you to we have forms online. You can just download it and print it out and fill it out on your own. And then if you have any questions about answering, the staff of the court can help you. But just the same, it's very straightforward. It's just a simple form so that you can collect. Anyway, your collection should be less than 400,000 or 300,000 pesos. All right. Okay. Let me show you some other forms that were not, just to recap all the forms. This is the statement of claims. And then the summons, yung itsura ng summons na matatanggap ng defendant, the response, how the response looks like, the notice of hearing that you will receive, both of you will receive. Sometimes, if the court cannot locate the defendant, let's say the only address that you know, sinulat mo lang sa address ng defendant is Rosario, Cavite, pero hindi mo nilagay kung anong block, anong lot, anong street. Siyempre, mahirapan yung court. Sabihin ng court, di naman niya i-dismiss yung kaso. Sasabihin nila niya, okay, plaintiff, ikaw na lang yung mag-serve. Tapos, magpa-file ka ngayon ng plaintiff's return na pinuntahan mo siya sa bahay on this date, si defendant, and binigay mo na sa kanya yung summons and statement of claims. Pero all of this circuitous procedure could be avoided if you know the address of the defendant. All right? Okay, ito yung if you want to be considered as an indigent, there's a checklist. This is the sample special power of attorney. It's very straightforward. See, it also says the representative must be related to me or is my next of kin and is not a lawyer. So, bawal po talaga ang abogado. In case you want to dismiss the case because you have settled, this is the case. I've shown that earlier. Okay. How does a judge decide? Kami din, actually, meron naman kaming pro forma decision. Ganito yung itsura ng decision. Okay? Isasaad lang namin kung ano yung claims, kung ano yung tugon, and whether or not may settlement. At kung wala namang settlement, ganito yung itsura. Kung ano yung mga arguments na sinabi niyo sa isa't isa. And then we decide. It says, kunwari panalo yung plaintiff, sasabihin lang namin, wherefore the claim is granted, this court orders the defendant to pay 5,000 pesos with interest of 6% until fully paid. Pag talo naman, wherefore the claim is denied, so ordered. Yan lang. I'll show you that. Okay. Just if in the courts of law, meron kami tinatawag na jurisprudence. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga sample cases that reached the Supreme Court to explain to us what happened sa ibang courts tungkol sa small claims cases. Share ko lang kasi iba dito interesting. Okay. Okay. This is the case of, okay, I'm sorry. What happened in this case? During the hearing, a lawyer appeared. Ang sabi niya, yung kliyente ko, foreigner. So, wala siyang kamag-anak sa Pilipinas. Wala rin siyang next of kin. So, kaya ako yung pinadala niya. So, ituloy natin tong hearing. Sabi ng judge, hindi, dismiss yung kaso. Kasi dapat sabi sa batas, bawal nga abogado. Sabi ng Supreme Court, sabi ng lawyer, foreigner nga, paano yan? Wala siyang kamag-anak. Sabi ng Supreme Court, kahit na, kailangan talaga, lawyers are not allowed in the courtroom. Because what do lawyers do? They just polarize the parties. They increase antagonism and heighten the differences. If may lawyers dito, pasintabi lang. Sabi ito ng Supreme Court. So, imbis na peaceful and gusto natin ng amicable arrangements, hindi pwede kasi nga lawyers, they tend to argue, di ba? So, kaya that's why lawyers are not allowed. So, anong remedy since hindi pwede? Pwede ka na lang mag-go through sa ibang procedure, which is not small claims. So, ka na lang sa ordinary procedure or summary procedure, but not small claims. Okay, next case, GMCC United Development Corporation. Ito sobrang simple lang. Si Gotesco, nanalo siya sa case na to kasi sabi niya, itong yung renter ko, si GMCC, hindi nagbabayad ng association dues para sa parking slot. Si tenant, hindi siya dumating ng hearing. So ayun, talo siya kaagad. So panalo kaagad yung Gotesco because of the simple fact na hindi siya umappear ng hearing. This one, just so you know, if the sheriff does not collect the money, pwede kayo mag-file ng administrative case sa kanila. Because the rules state that the execution of money judgment must be performed. So hindi siya suggestion lang. The sheriff must do his job. Okay. And if you win, you cannot appeal the case. You can already move for its execution. Except for the very remote instance of a Rule 65 case. Okay, here, what happened here in Lourdes Suites versus Binarao? The fashion small claims case, however, kulang yung attachment niya. So what did the court do? Sabi ng court, kulang kayo ng evidence, therefore you lost. So kahit na may utang, natalo siya kasi hindi niya na-attach lahat ng documents and affidavits. That is why, from the get-go, I was telling you na i-attach niya na lahat ng pwedeng attach. This one also is very interesting. RCBC bank card lost the case because hindi niya na-attach yung affidavits of witnesses. So, in-attach lang niya actionable documents, kulang na affidavits. He lost, RCBC lost, and the Supreme Court said, tama yung judge, talo talaga siya kasi kulang ng affidavits of witnesses. So, it must be a complete set when you file a statement of case. That's it. That's my presentation. Thank you very much for your time. I have nothing more to present. We can now proceed with the question. I can entertain a few questions.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Judge Rox. Very interesting. Tsaka ang galing. Para akong naging feeling ko lawyer ako agad. So the first question came from Sir Efren Tolentino. Judge is asking, the contract should be notarized. What if the contract is not notarized?
Ano pong contract, sir? Which contract? Contract of?
Sir Efren, kindly unmute. Siguro most probably contract of service for the broker.
For the broker. Even if it's
contract
not
of sale.
Contract of sale pala.
Or contract or lease. Lease contract.
Yeah.
Lease contract. Okay. Hi, Sir Efren. Sir, it's okay even if it's not notarized. Ang parties pa po dun sa contract of lease is ikaw na magpa-file, si plaintiff, tas si defendant mismo. Kung kayo mismo yung contracting parties, it's fine. Kahit hindi siya notarized. Just make sure it's the original.
Okay.
So, ayan, pwede. So, may legal remedy kahit hindi notarized.
Ngunit lang pala pwede na hindi notarized.
Opo. Basta po yung involved na party, yung mismong contracting party.
Yes,
ang nagagawa lang po ng notarization, it binds third parties. Ibig sabihin hindi party dun sa contract. So, kung kayo dalawa naman nung yung plaintiff and defendant, yung signatory sa contract, please, okay lang po.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Efren. So next question, Judge, from Ms. Malu Aristorenas. So ang question ni Ms. Malu, is there a prescriptive period? So parang may forever ba yan?
Opo, under the law po, pag written contracts, 10 years po. Kung meron kayong kontratang written. Pag hindi naman po written, 4 years po.
So pag written, 10 years. Pag verbal agreement, 4 years. So in short, wala talagang forever.
Opo.
So dapat pala actionan agad once meron kang receivables.
Opo.
Okay, so next mong question, Judge, from Ms. Alice Bote. Can a bogus agent given an authority or an ATS file for a small claim
Yes
kasi hindi
po.
siya nabayaran. So even unlicensed and kolorum, may right sila na maghabol.
Ano pong kokolektahin niya? Commission?
Commission. Pero
Okay.
unlicensed sila, di ba?
Opo. They can file a case for sure, statement of claims, on the basis of the contract of service. Pumirma yung parehong parties
Mhm.
na in a written contract. So, the one signing the contract, they bound themselves to pay the commission to pay. Pero kung ako si defendant, sabihin ko, hindi naman siya licensed. So, wala siyang right under the law. So, now I will invoke the RESA law. The judge will now determine based on the evidence. Dun sa, kung may contract of service, pumirma sila. O, ba't ka pumirma? Ba't ka pumayag? Eh, alam mo namang
You know very well
unlicensed.
na
Pero
unlicensed. Yeah.
pag nalaman mo naman na unlicensed siya sa dulo na, di mo naman malalaman sa office na eh, di ba? Basta may PRC number. Nakita mo pala, bogus pala yung PRC number. Or hindi naman niya, wala naman talaga siyang. Later na niya nalaman na bogus pala. Okay, sasabihin ng judge, okay, wala ka naman palang kasalanan. And hindi naman talaga siya entitled sa commission under the RESA law. The judge will make the corresponding judgment in that case.
Okay, thank you, Judge. So next question po from Ms. Arlene Cruz. Judge, what if on the schedule of the hearing, the defendant did not attend the hearing? What will happen on the case?
On the same day po, lalabas po yung decision. Most likely po, if the statement of claim is complete with complete attachments, actionable documents, affidavits, on the same day, not 24 hours, on the same day, you will receive a decision in the plaintiff's favor. Hindi po pwede mag-reset si judge pag wala si defendant. Bawal po talaga yun. So, kasalanan po talaga ni defendant pag di siya dumating.
So talagang appearance is a must.
Appearance is a must, and if defendant is absent, it fails to appear, the judge will have no other choice but to make a decision. The judge can, wala si defendant, postpone na lang natin. Bigyan natin isang shot. Hindi po pwede yun. Unless hindi nabigyan ng notice si defendant. But that is unlikely because the sheriff will make sure that the defendant is notified by the summons.
Okay, thank you, Judge. So I think my personal question na lang, parang wala na ako nababasa sa chat. So Judge, for example, natalo ka sa case, will it be considered parang record mo na you're convicted of in the Small Claims Act? Di ba usually sa mga organization, they will ask, are you convicted of any crime or ano? So if natalo ka sa small claims, ma-record ba sa iyo yon?
Pag since civil case po siya and not a criminal case, wala naman po kayong criminal record pag natalo kayo.
Okay.
Pero pag, for example, in government forms, meron doon checklist na sa personal data sheet. Have you ever been charged in a civil case? And yes, if natalo ka, it is considered as a record of a civil case. Pero hindi naman criminal case.
Naku, masakit pala, Judge. Kung 5,000 lang naman, may record ka, di bayaran mo na, di ba?
Opo. Or settle nyo na lang. Pag na-settle naman po na both parties, ibig sabihin
walang record.
Wala pong record.
Okay. So, sige, wala pang question, Judge. Ako na lang, another one. So, for example, Judge na dismiss because of technicality, yung wrong court or something, pwede bang i-refile yan? Meron ba diyan ng double jeopardy case ba yun or something? So,
that's a very good question po, no? For example po, kulang kayo ng binayaran ng filing fees. Tapos strict si judge, gusto niya down to the last peso. So technicality yan, no? Pwede naman po kayo mag-file ulit. Aayusin niyo lang po ulit. Correct niyo lang po yung correct filing fee. Or mali yung venue, imbis na Makati, dapat pala Pasig. Pwede niyo naman po i-file. Wala naman po prejudice. The only way that the case will be dismissed on a technicality with prejudice is if you lie. For example, you are in the business of, tinatanong dyan na, how many cases have you filed? You said once. Yun pala 4 times ka nagpo-file. That's lying under. Magagalit si judge. Baka ma-dismiss with prejudice.
Okay. So,
pero unlikely yun, unlikely. So long as the statement of claim is complete with all the attached documents, unlikely that the judge will immediately dismiss that.
Okay, thank you, Judge. So another question from Sir Efren. For in-house agent, can a developer has the right not to give agents commission after he or she resigned?
okay, I'm not sure if this is part anymore of the Small Claims Act. At the end of the day, it depends on the written brokerage agreement. If when and where, what are the conditions na hindi ka mabibigyan ng commission. So it depends po kung ano yung nakasulat sa brokerage agreement. But if the agent performed naman and wala naman extreme violation ng kanyang pag-resign, for example, it's really for valid reasons, I don't see any reason why a portion, if not the full commission, should be given.
Okay.
But again, it depends on what is written in the contract.
Sige, Judge. Thank you. So another one from Ms. Arlene Cruz. If there is a sale and no contract agreement, can the agent or the colorum broker claim a rightful commission through the hearing? So parang lahat verbal, no written agreement.
Okay. The contract of lease, I must advise, yun po yung mahirap, no? Contract of lease, pwede po kasi yan natin isabihin na hindi notarized kasi nandiyan naman yung parties. Pero yung contract of sale po kasi meron po talaga section under the civil code. It has to be written. It even has to be notarized. Okay, be that as it may, nagbentahan kayo na wala. Nagbentahan kayo ng lupa na wala contract of sale.
Kasi di ba, Judge, minsan sa probinsya, ganun lang, nagkausap lang.
Nagkausap lang, oo.
And then okay na.
Oo nga eh. So kung sakaling ganun po yung nangyari, kung meron po kayo ibang proof na nagkabentahan, text message, or may witnesses kayo na narinig, uy, nagbentahan talaga yan. That will be enough to show to the court that the sale transpired. Ngayon, the next question is, pwede bang mag-collecta si colorum? Okay. The colorum broker would have to show na may ginawa siyang effort. Meron siyang agreement to receive the commission. And if wala siyang mapakitang proof, like text message or written document, the court would likely deny the claim for the commission. And kung meron man siyang proof, the defendant can always raise as a defense, hindi ko siya bibigyan ng, hindi siya nagservisyo sa akin bilang agent kasi in the first place, hindi naman siya lisensyado to conduct the business. So at the losing end po talaga yung colorum if there's nothing in the written agreement saying that this is the service that he or she will render. So pag colorum po talaga kasi dapat talaga mag-register na lang po tayo as salesperson sa Resalo para hindi rin tayo mahirapan mangolekta. Para ma-avail natin yung full, kumbaga, you can still avail of the Small Claims Act, but to make sure of a victory, it's better if we are also in the legal path.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Judge. So another question po from Jojo Uy. Does this pandemic increase or decrease the small claims case?
No
Nagdami
po.
ho ba? O...
Yung number of cases?
Yeah, oo.
I don't know for sure for other jurisdictions, but in my station in particular, Comonte, I think people are more forgiving now, and they don't want to go to courts kasi baka magka-COVID sila. Maybe that's the reason. And in my personal experience, marami po nagsasettle. Kaysa mahablot pa ng sheriff yung mga gamit nila. So, hirap po. Kaya nagsasettle na lang sila. On the spot, nagbabati sila. Which is good.
Okay. So, from Miss Alice po, again, Judge, so sabi niya, what's the difference between a civil and criminal case? Can a defendant be jailed? Matindi si Ma'am Alice, gustong magpakulong.
Ang criminal case po natin, hindi po siya small claims case. Ano po siya? Hindi siya civil case. It's ang party po doon, hindi po tayo ordinary mamamayan. And doon po si prosecutor, si fiscal. Siya po yung nagsasabi na, okay, may crime na ginawa si person A, and dahil sa krimen na ginawa niya, kailangan siyang makulong. Kung nagkataon na may pera na involved, na nag-dispal ko ng pera, that's also criminal. Pero yun po, ang ending po nun is hindi lang basta bayaran ng pera, hindi kulong. That's a criminal case.
Okay.
Pag civil case po, it's just a collection of property, whether that be money or actual movable property like car or immovable property or house, title, ganyan. No jail involved, just property rights po, or civil rights.
Thank you, Judge. So from Sir Jojo ulit, can a recorded conversation be presented to the court? siguro unauthorized to, hindi alam nung ano na nire-record. Pwede ba siyang present sa court?
Sa small claims cases po, you can submit it, the recorded cases, and then the defendant can make the proper defense, say na, oh, that recording did not happen, or that recording was not, hindi po yan consented, no? Or if that happened in a public place, so technically hindi siya private recording. So ayun po, you can present it, and then let the defendant make the proper objection, and then the judge will decide.
Okay, thank you, Judge. So depends po, Ma'am Arlene, kay Judge kung ano ang view
Opo.
niya.
Pero if that is an evidence that you have, you can submit it. You can submit it if you want.
Yes, from Ms. Sarah Ramirez, what if the defendant, like a developer, doesn't like to receive the summon in court?
Okay po. Si Sheriff po knows what to do. May procedure po kami dyan eh. Magtatatlong, sa first service, hindi tinanggap. Magsa-second service siya, tapos third service, tapos the sheriff has to complete everything in 30 days. And then on the fourth try, pag di pa rin siya ni-receive, pwede siyang tanggapin ng secretary of the corporation or lawyer of the corporation or anyone else. And so, it will be deemed as if notified na yung corporation. So, si sheriff po yung problema kung paano i-serve yung service. Yun po yung reason ba't po kayo nagbabayad ng filing fees para sa services talaga ni sheriff.
Okay, so Judge, the last question, syempre, of course, from the Mami. Si Mami raw ang personal na magtatanong sa'yo. Presiding, go ahead.
Gusto ko lang madinig nila, what if your claim is more than 400,000 or 300,000 applicable and exceeded nga dun sa ceiling? Is there a way para hatiin mo yung claim para umabot siya dun sa limit?
Yes, that's possible. If it is covered by separate contract. So for example, ang total utang sa'yo ni person B is 1 million. So obviously, if you file it in one go, hindi na pwede kasi hanggang 400,000 small claims. If you want 1 million po, you can go to the ordinary procedure wherein kind of long. There's a presentation of witnesses, there's a pre-trial conference, patagal. Pero kung gusto mo i-avail small claims, what you can do is, if it's 1 million, it's covered by 5 contracts or 5 checks. So yung first 2 checks ka muna, then the next 3 checks, or first check muna, then the rest of 4 checks. Just make sure that it doesn't exceed 400,000 or 300,000 as the case may be.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. So the last one na lang, may nagpahabol po from
Sige.
REBAP Mandaluyong. Judge, what if the colorum is a company who is not a registered real estate brokerage but listing real properties? Is that a civil case or criminal case?
Okay, this is no longer covered by small claims cases.
Yes.
But if I may answer that question, you can file a lot of cases. I'm sure that you can file the administrative case against all the individuals in the PRC for violation of the RESA law. You could also, if it's a corporation registered with the SEC or with the DTI, you can also file the necessary administrative complaint kung DTI siya or kung corporation siya under the SEC. Pero for criminal case, there's a penalty clause also in the RESA law, if I recall it right. So also, you can also file a criminal case for violation of, I think, Section 28 of the RESA law, yung may practicing of real estate without license plus penalty of 1 million fine. If I can recall it right. So yun, you can file all cases, civil, administrative, or criminal.
Yes, kasi in the first place, unlicensed, diba, Judge?
Yes po.
Okay, thank you, Judge. So before we let you go, we'd like to call our chapter secretary, Ms. Maribel Johnson, for the certificate of our appreciation. Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you po sa lahat. I hope you were enlightened.
Belle? Wala ata. Belle?
Hello. Yes, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Loading pa lang, Bell.
Loading pa lang.
Yes. Ayan na.
Ah. Ayan, there. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This certificate, wait lang, I'll just slides. Ayan. This certificate of appreciation is proudly presented to Judge Mary Rosalyn Lim-Guillanes for her valuable contribution as speaker in the online webinar series Learn and Earn with the topic Collecting Your Receivables with the Small Claims Act, given this 8th day of May 2021. Given by President Jocelyn Lim, our 2021 chapter president, REBAP Mandaluyong City Chapter Inc. Thank you, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
And hope we can have you with us again, Judge.
Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you
thank you,
po.
Judge.
I would just also like to, I don't know if my staff is here. She's also a real estate broker, pero taga Parañaque to eh. I would like to thank Melody De Leon for helping me with the slides and for the question and answer. I would also like to thank everyone for having me here. It's a pleasure to enlighten everyone. We'd like to promote the Small Claims Act actually, so that even as I said, persons from all professions, from all walks of life can avail of the services of the court.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Sigo, probably we will have part 2 of this one. So, okay, thank you, Judge. So,
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So, don't go first because we have another presenter. So, don't miss this presenter because learn how you can buy 1 unit and you get a free loft. So, I'd like to call our Vice President for External, Sir Jake, to present the next presenter. Sir Jake.
Hello. Hello, good morning. Hi. I would like to present to you our next topic, which will be ENSO Lofts, presented by Miss Eunice Garcia. She is the Broker Network Officer of PH1 World Developers. They are the developer of the ENSO Lofts, which is along Timog Avenue.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Welcome.
hello everyone. Good morning. So let me share with you my screen. So can you see my screen?
Yes, very clear.
Yes.
All right. So good morning again, everyone. Good morning, REBAP Mandaluyong. So thank you for allowing me to present to you our project and our company as well. So probably most of you, it's your first time to hear about our company, PH1 World Developers. So PH1 World Developers, actually we are a relatively new real estate company here in the Philippines, and we are the real estate arm or sister company of Megawide Constructions. So Megawide Constructions is one of the leading contractors here in the Philippines, which has built many projects. So some of its projects are condominiums like Edada Suites by Rockwell, Shang Salcedo Place by Shang, and Gentry Manor by Mega World. And other than that, Megawide has also built commercial buildings, hotels and casinos like City of Dreams Manila, mixed use, and airports such as Clark International Airport and Mactan Cebu International Airport. Megawide has also built warehouse like Landers. So in terms of this kind of this kind of industry, expertise na siya ni Megawide. So PH1 World started last 2015, in which we launched our first ever project, which is the Hive. This project is located at Taytay, Rizal. It's a mid-rise condominium which consists of 4 towers. So we have towers A, B, and C, and D. And for a span of 4 or 5 years, we've already sold out the 3 towers, and we still have remaining inventories at the tower D. And because of the success of this project, we are now entering the real estate competition inside Metro Manila. Okay, and that project is my ENSO Lofts. So ito yung ipapresent ko today. But before that, let's watch this short video first. So we just had a quick tour with our project, My ENSO Lofts. So where is this project located? So this is located at Timog Avenue, corner Sergeant Esquerra Road, Diliman, Quezon City. So it's actually walking distance from GMA MRT Kamaning Station and to the proposed East Avenue subway station. So this is the exact location of our project. So it's around 3,000 square meters. I think sila Sir Jacob, di ba sir, nakita nyo na rin yung project, and also nakapag-visit na rin kayo sa showroom. Yan. So,
Yes.
actually, yes. So, malapit lang po itong project.
Jet and Bell. Pumunta kami.
Yes, oo. So, I really appreciate that, sir. Kasi sinama nyo yung My ENSO dun sa, I think nag-tour ba kayo nun, sir? Tama?
Yes. We went there. And maganda yung location. It's very convenient.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, sir. So there. So since it's within the central of Quezon City, of course, there are a lot of establishments nearby, like the malls, schools, and hospitals. And in terms of design concept, so nakita nyo kanina dun sa virtual tour natin. So it's a Muji design and modern minimalist theme. So in terms of for this one, the project info. So it's a single high-rise condominium which consists of 45 floors and has 1,204 residential units with 21 retail spaces, and we have 349 slots. So for parking, we have 6 basement parking levels, in which 311 are for residential, and some slots have provision for car lift. We also have 3 retail floors, estimated 21 retail spaces, and we also have 2 amenity floors and 40 residential floors. So as Miss Dennis mentioned earlier, that's right. Actually, the main selling point of this project is that we are giving an extra space for free at no extra cost. So di ba napaka-important kasi, especially when you're living in a condo, usually kasi talagang maliit lang yung space. So very important na magkaroon ka talaga ng extra space. And yung pagkakaroon ng loft area, very convenient siya, especially if you're living in a studio type unit. So for the unit types, we are offering 3 types of units. We have studio, 1 bedroom, and 2 bedroom. All of this have extra unit space. So to give you an update, nung pumunta ata sila Sir Jacob, yung studio pa lang yung na-view nyo, right? And then hindi pa tapos yung 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom.
Yes.
But to give you an update, may flooring na po yung 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom natin. And then yung mas ano na siya. So pwede nyo nang i-view yung 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom kasi maayos na siya. So bale, kumbaga bare pa lang yung itsura niya, pero pwede na siyang makita ng mga clients nyo in case na meron kayong interested or potential clients na gustong yung dalhin sa showroom there. So yung target completion namin, yung dress up na talaga, yung with furnitures na and appliances and all, would be hopefully July. Pero by this month, baka matapos na as bare. Kasi ang inaayos na lang is yung cabinets there.
All right.
Yeah, for studio, we have here 19.6 square meters plus the 7.4 extra space. So for a total of 27 square meters. So when it comes to your title and association dues, the basis would be yung 19.6 square meters lang. Because yung extra space, of course, it's free. So hindi po siya kasali. So mas malaki yung areas is na-enjoy nyo compare naman dun sa unit area na binabayaran nyo sa RPT, so real property tax, and also sa association dues. So this is the perspective for studio with extra space. And for 1 bedroom, we have 1 bedroom alpha. So there you have 1 bedroom here and then extra space, extra low space. And then for beta, actually this is a combination of 1 bedroom and studio. Kasi meron siyang 2 loft area. So located lang po to sa penthouse. So to summarize it, for alpha, it's 41.89 and beta is 50.92. This is the perspective for 1 bedroom. And for 2 bedroom, we have 4 types. So we have 2 bedroom alpha. So just to give you an update as well, meron po tayong promo for this unit type. So meron po kaming binibigay na 5% promo discount for all 2 bedroom alpha for this specific unit lang po. Plus, aside from the 5% discount, we are also giving TV, range hood, and cooktop. So aside pa po yun, dun sa free, isa standard freebies niya na aircon, water heater, and access card. So kumbaga parang semi-furnished na to, itong 2 bedroom alpha na to, plus the 5% discount. So pag meron po kayong mga clients na naghahanap ng 2 bedroom, you may offer this unit. Okay? So for 2 bedroom beta, halos same lang siya with 2 bedroom alpha. It's just that yung layout lang din and yung placement ng loft. So ito, nasa gitna yung loft. And for this one, nasa gilid and then mas malaki yung loft area niya. But you have here 2 regular bedrooms. So this is the master's and this is the regular bedroom. 2 bedroom Charlie, this is the biggest. So you have 2 loft areas here. And Delta. So same lang siya with Charlie. Ang difference lang is yung layout niya because this one is irregular yung cut niya. And you have 2 balconies here, while for this one, mas rectangular shape siya. So to summarize it, so we give as much as 16.58 free extra space, and that's for the 2 bedroom Charlie. So ang biggest unit natin is yung Charlie, which is 84.70 square meters. Next is Delta. Next is Beta, and the smallest is Alpha. Yeah. So this is the perspective for 2 bedroom. unit specifications, actually standard finish na siya. So yun po, yung na-mention ko earlier. So meron po siyang kasamang semi-furnishing items such as low-feed stairs, access card, split-type aircon, and water heater. So this is the unit specification. So vinyl flooring po siya, painted ceiling, painted walls, accent wall. For the kitchen, we have laminated kitchen cabinets, granite countertop, and then may provision po tayo for washing machine. And then for toilet and bath, so we have ceramic wall tiles. So ganyan na po yung kulay niya, it's gray. And for the bedroom, we have accent wall and vinyl flooring. And for the loft, vinyl flooring po siya. So this is the summary. And then yung height niya, for the living room, it's 3.4 meters, so high ceiling po siya. And then 2.15 naman po for the kitchen, and then 1.2 meters naman po for the loft. So hindi po siya, hindi ka makakatayo, it's a crawling space. Okay. So yung load capacity niya for studio and one bedroom, average of 3 persons with approximate weight of 50 to 60 kilograms each. And for 2 bedroom, we have 5 persons with approximate weight of 50 to 60 kilograms each. Now for the amenities, so we have 2 floors of amenities. So we have 2 infinity pools, play area for kids, Zen garden, co-working space, gym, lounge, and function rooms. So this is the swimming pool. And then we also have high ceiling lobby, which is very Japanese style po siya. So 10 meters height po yung floor to ceiling po niya. And then ito, for the pocket garden, so we have here like this, on selected floors, so open space po siya. And then yung dun sa ano naman po sa residential floors natin, meron po siyang hollow sa gitna. So open space po siya aside pa po dun sa pocket garden. And then dun sa rooftop, kung makikita nyo po, open din siya, pero meron siyang parang umbrella dun sa taas. So meron pa rin siyang cover. Okay? And then pwede nyo siyang ma-access sa taas. Yun nga lang, supposed to be, ano siya dapat may garden, pero tinanggal na nila. It's just a plain cement, pero may mga benches dun sa taas wherein pwede kayo mag-sightseeing or pwede kayo dun tumakbo. Yon. So for retail spaces, so we have 21 retail spaces. So ito yung magiging perspective po niya. Tower features, we have 8 elevators, including 1 service elevator, 24-hour security, automatic fire sprinkler system, centralized mailroom, property management services, Wi-Fi on common areas, and standby generators. So this is the floor plan orientation. Yan. So ito yung, we have studio, yung orange, and then 1 bedroom, dun sa may curve, and then 2 bedroom sa may, dito sa gilid, sa corner. Yan. And then this one is hollow. Okay, and then you have elevators here. So for the payment terms, actually 20 in 60 months po siya and 80% balance. So 20% no spot down payment. And then yung 80% balance, pwede po siya sa bank loan, pag-ibig, or in-house or cash. So yun yung mga options nyo for the balance. Project launch last year, actually of October. We've launched this last October 23, 2020. Construction, actually na-move siya. Sorry, hindi ko na siya na-edit. Sa January na next year because of the pandemic. And the construction end will still be the same, 3rd or 4th quarter of 2026. Same also with the target turnover. Yeah, so yung na-mention ko earlier, meron po tayong promo which is for 2-bedroom A. So 5% promo discount plus TV, range hood, and cooktop. Aside from the standard freebies na split type aircon, water heater, and access card. Yan. So ito po yung, again, this is the layout there. So that's it. So do you have any questions?
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Wala pa namang questions. So
yes.
we will just send the presentation to them siguro, Miss.
Yes. All right. So, I'll just leave here sa chat siguro yung number ko. Sorry, hindi ko siya na-flash earlier. So, if you have any questions, you may contact me here.
Mayroong question pala yung Miss Yulis. Meron raw bang commercial space for sale sa ENSO Lofts?
Before, ma'am, actually, we are considering na ibenta yung space. Kaso, the management decided na ipalis na lang siya. Kasi mahihirapan kasi kaming i-control yung mga shops na ilalagay namin dun sa retail spaces. That's why they decided na iparent na lang siya. There. So if you're interested din na maglagay or mag-rent, or meron kayong clients na gusto magtayo ng shop or mag-rent ng shop sa condominium, pwede naman kayong mag-send ng LOI.
Okay, so Miss Yulis, kindly share na lang the accreditation and we will send to all the participants.
Sure. I'll send to you the accreditation.
Okay, thank you so much.
you.
So we advise everyone to turn on your camera for our group picture. Miss Yulis, please don't leave yet, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So kindly open po all your cameras for our group picture. Ma'am Alice, Miss Malu, Sir Jojo, Miss Sarah, Miss Arlene, Sir Jake, you will be the one to take photo. Okay, Sir Jake. Okay, Sir Jake, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Okay na.
Okay na? Finish na? Okay, sige, one more. So, smile everyone. 1, 2, 3. Smile everyone.
Ayaw mag-flip.
Ako na lang.
Ano nangyari? Ayaw.
Ayaw, sige. One more.
Nag-stuck.
Ayan, tapos na.
Thank you everyone. So, for those who want to be a member ng REBAP Manda, please send us a message. Thank you.
Thank you to
And happy Mother's Day
officers.
to all. Sa lahat ng mga mothers, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, Celine.
Thank you to all the board members, Board of Trustees, and to those who attended this webinar, to all our fellow CRB friends and guests.
Bye.
Thank you. Salamat. Hanggang sa susunod uli.
Members of the REBAP, please continue staying. Meron pa tayong kasunod.
REBAP Manda.
Members of REBAP, please stay.